Hello and welcome to a long-awaited video. Today we take a look at a lesson we made with a community and the sample comic page. Let me take out this one. So I asked the community, would you like to draw a sample page, and I came up with a page. I'll show you. Like this one is the money shot, and the rest I kind of winged, and we will come to that a bit later. Then I will show you what I think is in my eyes like definitely worthy of a real comic. I mean, look at this. I mean, this is just insane. Maybe this should be the thumbnail. We'll see, or maybe this would be a good thumbnail. We'll see. But yeah, I think let me see. Let me show you like what we have. The contenders. Like this is totally bonkers. And we will go over these pages. This one are by Brendan Rodriguez. 8 by 10 inches on a sketchbook, and then I use microns and watercolor. I will show you this, and this is from the German channel, and this one is Rico, and he on the other hand is a beginner, and it does show like he didn't complete it because he had some exams, and well, he concentrated on that. But still, even though you might think that this is not as good as like mine or Brandon's, you can see definitely like there is something there. Like you can see here's a figure, and this feels like a movie. And sure, this is a bit flat, but again, chops that he got himself. I don't know. He started out drawing, and that he put together panels, and that he found a layout. But again, we have almost all the same layouts because yeah, that was the lesson to have similar panel layouts, so we could see and compare how everybody solved this. So different lessons in these pages, and this is amazing. I don't know how long this video will be. Again, I try to keep it as short as I can, but a bunch of lessons in here. Stay for the video if you're a beginner, intermediate, or advanced. I call myself now an intermediate on this because like well, definitely it comes down to personal taste, but I think that Brandon definitely delivered an outstanding performance. I don't know. We will see later if we can get this much sharper and clearer. These are the pencils. Here I have the inks. They show a bit better, like you can see here. And then we will go over the designs, and we will talk about all the stages. So I would say, I'm sorry, I don't want to skip to the part. There will be time stamps here. So if you don't want to see mine, I tell you about my page and how I approached it. Let's see first. This was kind of the lesson of the class. And wait a second. If you want to buy merch or support me on Patreon, check down my Patreon. Right now I'm working on, well, this is already done. It's The Last Pickup Artist. Check out the links or the Patreon. I have out issue 1, 2. I'm working on issue 3, 4, and 5. As you can see, I'm going all in on this. Okay, so there will be a separate video on this, but this was as far as the commercial go. If you want to check out comics or games, check out the links below. Like, yeah. So let's get into it. So I had a lesson, and it went like this. Like, we have an old feller and an axe, and he encounters a monster somewhere in the hills, and it's full moon, and he's sweating and bleeding, and the monster is growling, and then they run at each other, and then we see a final panel where they meet up, as you can see, as I told you, like here, and then they meet up. Those were my concepts, like, and you can watch the video. I will put it here or link it down below, and you can try that lesson for yourself. And then I was also talking about, and Brandon did this in a great way, like where you have something in the front and then you go in the back, like you have a vanishing point, and in this vanishing point you put in 3D objects. As you can see, the person I have here, I'm trying to the red thing is the guiding the eyeline through the page. If you're a beginner to comics, check out all your comics. I can or check out all the videos I have. Like there's always the action is always guiding the eye, and if the action is guiding the eye, things get easier for you, because like you will then know where your vanishing points are or where they might fit. You will put in 3D objects in there, and then it's way easier to draw. Like it's, as you can see, making a comic is not just about writing and about drawing. It's about also, it's like making movies. Like you need to know about camera, you need to know about pacing, the beats, color, a lot of things, but that's what we're here for. This is the school for it. Yeah, this was what I wanted to do, and then I kind of deviated a bit. As you can see, I was thinking more about a werewolf, but I was watching videos from Justin Wells, and he had, I will link that fellow also down below. He's talking about storytelling and screenwriting, and that there are 7, I just have 5 fingers, but 7 major plots, like rags to riches, overcoming the monster, comedy, tragedy, and another 3. And I was watching Overcoming the Monster, which the land is good, and then the hero has to overcome the monster, and yeah, great mythical stuff in there. And so I was thinking that my monster, I deviated from the werewolf. I was thinking that my monster should be something unknown, because the monster is always something we don't know that it exists. It's the monster comes from out of nowhere. Like we have an ordered world, and the order of the world gets upset by something on the outside, on the boundaries of what we know. And so the hero has to venture out to slay that monster, to overcome that monster. And now he has a part of that monster in his hand. He knows now about his own mortality, about the monsters that can come in, and so he's become stronger. He's not just a man of the world. He's a man willing to die, who has seen death, and who can overcome the unknown, or the things that are so monstrous that no one can overcome them. Like, yeah, and so I was thinking about something very strange, and I was thinking something like aliens and the thing, and this was the first panel I was drawing. So bear with me, great many lessons in those pages. And so I started because I wanted to, let's say, hustle and be there for you. And let me see, 14th of April I was drawing this, so roughly 2-3 weeks ago, and I started with this, and I had this thing screaming "Father," so you could know maybe there's some dramatic high point here. And as you can see underneath this, my blue lines, I was sketching that out, so I'm kind of proud of this. And then I was going here, and then I had the guy and the hands in the foreground, gripping both the axe, and as you can see, the best I could do that shows like panic or resolve, but it's not my best page. It's not like my fingers are really good or the separation is really good. But again, if I paint this, or when I paint this, when I do it like this, as you can see, simple coloring. I use like the Marvel or 80s style. Let me show you, like in issue 2, I do it a bit better. You know what I mean? Even though I draw it very simply, the colors help to distinguish foreground, background, and it gets better. So, yeah, I leave a bit room for space. I leave a bit room for color. So I know if I would paint this skin tone a bit darker and this a bit brighter in the background, and then you would definitely know that this panel is a panel. I would probably put in a yellow here and color this in different colors. The hand a bit darker because it's in the foreground, and the face a bit lighter in the background. And so the next panel, I guess, was this panel down here. But what I was failing then is to make a great page, you should definitely create some depth. And this is very two-dimensional. This is maybe kind of amateurish. But yeah, I have something in the background, but I have nothing in the foreground, coming really far to the foreground as you have here. So it's not really dynamic, it's really flat. Again, if we compare this to Brandon's page, you could say it's flat, but it kind of is not. Like the X is reaching towards us, he's standing there, we have a hand reaching in this direction and the back hand reaching in the back direction. So again, but I was just trying to finish the page and to finish the task. So important lesson here, my heart wasn't really into this page. Here it was, but then I was just preoccupied with other stuff in my life. So my heart wasn't into it, fully committed. I didn't saw the purpose, or that it was an exercise. So as you can see by the inking, or if you put the inking right here, it looks quite decent. But or even here the background, like this was, or even the mouth and all of this. But my heart wasn't really 100% into it. So it's just for me, let's get this done, let's get this finished. As you can see here, a bit sloppy. I could have done this far better. And then I think before I jumped to this, I then jumped up and tried to finish this again here. As you can see, a bit wonky, all of my anatomy, all of my perspective. You have a bit thinner lines in the background as it should be, and thicker in the foreground. But yeah, kind of sloppy. Didn't really know what I was doing because I hadn't laid this out in the proper fashion. And I will tell you a thing. Let's say when I was doing The Last Pickup Artist here, my heart was really into it, and so every panel had a beat. Like I will show this maybe in a concept page, but every panel has its purpose. I knew what I wanted to show, I knew what I wanted to say. It's like playing music. Every beat had to hit home. And as you can see here, the money shot, like this looks like a movie. I stole this from a cable comic. And then we turn the page, and again a beautiful beat, a beautiful splash page. And here you can see the richness of what I'm really capable of. So I would say here, this is this pose I stole from RoboCop 2, and this one I stole from Trashman, and this one I don't know, maybe from Escape from LA. And as you can see, I'm telling you my references, and you see each panel like has so much love in it, so much work. Like this is from RoboCop, this is from Trashman, this is from Escape from LA. And as you can see, like here, even though the drawings are not the best in the world, they truly hold up. Like we have a background, a midground, or here's the midground, a foreground, even, you know what I mean? And I'm definitely trying, and that's good. And as long as you're trying and as long as you're giving your best, that's great. And then I got my final panel where the monster comes to the foreground, and let me hold it here. From the distance, it looks kind of okay or good, but if we zoom in, you really see I'm just putting down inks. As you can see, it's definitely it's not. I want to do my best, but it's not pre-planned. It's not planned in advance, and your layouts are truly, like, if you have good layouts, I will make a video, or maybe I have one about great layouts. If you have great layouts, if you have pre-planned where everything goes, doesn't mean that you don't change it up when time comes, but you already know what you're doing. And here I was kind of riffing on my skills, just putting ink on the paper, just having fun, which is also okay. But if you want to create a quality page, a quality comic, a quality artwork, which you want to sell, it might not be enough. So this is my page. You might like it or might not like it. I was trying, as you can see here, the monster snaps some branch, and I would say if I would color this page, it would look much better, like just because you could, it would be richer. Like, my coloring does definitely the rest of the 50%, but that's my personal style. I know that. So let's go now. Let's do Rico a bit quicker, because like although we have like, this is the money shot, but Rico also, like this as a beginner, I think, or I don't know how he drew it, if he drew it digitally or how he did it, I might ask him. But I like the pose of this wolf. Like, this is a banger. This could be like the beginning of a movie, and we see here a man and his axe. Like, this is well made. This is definitely cool. Doesn't matter now the style or not, but just the positioning. You have here a guy, his axe, the full moon, the wolf. This is a killer shot. This is a movie shot. Then here the guy bleeding from his nose, bleeding from his from here up here, long hair. The werewolf doesn't look bad. Doesn't look bad at all. It's kind of cool. And then here probably a fight ensues, or I don't know what he was up to, but yeah, at least he tried. At least he started. That's also a big point in the lesson. Start, open up. Pick a page, put some frames on it, draw some layouts. The more you do something, the more you learn, the less you have to think about it. It becomes automatic, and then you can definitely, it gets easier with time. And this definitely looks also great, even though it's just a sketch. But again, sometimes things start rough. You don't know how Rico will progress. If he finds the time, you don't know, maybe in a few years he'll be able to deliver this page in a really great style. So chops to my man Rico from Germany. And now we go to Brandon. Let's see. We have here the sketches. Then we have here the pencils, the inks, some color studies and character studies. Did he color it? Did I not print it out? I thought I had printed out the colored page. Okay, I forgot the printed page. I'm sorry for that. I have the printed page, but not the colored page. So I did forget. I will show that in the next video. Or do I have it? So, I don't know where Brandon started, but Brandon definitely, Brandon Rodriguez, maybe you want to follow him on Instagram. I will link it down below. I guess it's called Brandon Draws or something like this. Check this out. Like, check this out. Like, just the face and the head of the werewolf. And this guy took his time. He took his time. And he also had the skills, like great skills. Like, look at those hands. Look at the face of the body. Like, you know, Here he knew his anatomy. He knew here there is a shoulder, there is a chest. Then you know what I mean. Like here, the shoulder, the biceps, the arm comes in this direction. Like this guy knows to a degree what he's doing, and that's where we want to go. I'm sure I'm capable of stuff like that too, but it does take time. Remember, everything you want to make, quality things take time. The more you invest time into a skill, the easier it gets. And yeah, we're definitely looking. I don't know what references he was looking, or if it was drawing from his head, but again, he knew how he wanted the guy to look. He has a gigantic axe, and definitely like great positioning. Look at this werewolf, like just rough sketches, as you can see, rough layouts, just motion, and incredible. And as you can see, this was probably, he tried here on these sketches. These are really tiny. Look at this. Look at this. This is A4 pages, and on really tiny rough scribbles, he tried to understand how do I position my my drawings. And then, as you can see, he tries this, then he tries this, then he tries this, and then he settles with the latest, I think, and then this is what it's gonna be. We will take a look at this in a second, but yeah, really cool. And he also, let me put this was the colored stuff, and then he also like worked on the axe. He took really his time, and he put really his heart into this project, into this page, and that's really important. Like you can feel that he was motivated, and that's always good. Like, can you, like, if someone asks me to work something, I will do it. I will take the money. But if you're into it with your heart and soul, really extraordinary stuff can come out and should come out. Like, this is awesome. So I'm sorry that I don't have the colored page now. That's really a bummer. But yeah, let's look at it. So here are his rough sketches. As you can see, he's just laying out with his pen the full moon. The perspective is just crazy. Like, look at the perspective. Like, look how this is bending towards this. Like we come from here, and then we go from the background to the foreground, from the foreground to the background. This is amazing. The werewolf howling in the back. I mean, these are just penciled sketches, and we can already feel. And don't get sad if you cannot do this right now. We will learn this. This is doable. Or maybe I let Brandon do a video on how he does it, and then we'll publish it. Who knows? So, but really extraordinary layouts. The axe guiding the eye up here, down here again, and then we come here, and as you can see, really rough. And here, kind of looks like a teddy bear, the werewolf, and then here, and then they fight, and this is an amazing money shot. But let's see what he does in the pencil. So let's compare these. As you can see, already more refined. I don't know how he did it, if he light boxed it, or I have to ask him. But yeah, let's take a look at the pencils. So he's getting in, and he's definitely doing more refined stuff. And look at this. Can we see this? I think the camera is not picking it up so well because like the pencils are just a bit brighter. Yeah, let's go over the pencils, and let's hope that we get a decent quality of details, but the inks will definitely get better, so bear with me. Then the guy looks, I got a certain Todd McFarlane vibe here, and pretty glad he did it. Like, again, beautiful hair, beautiful beardy guy, beautiful eyes, the nose. This guy knows his anatomy, and that's where we have to go to, like, know our anatomy. Once we know the underlying structure, to paint over the structure won't be that hard, because we will know where everything should go. And then here, Almost looks like a teddy bear, but it's definitely a werewolf with a big fat scar, beautiful teeth. Again, let's go over this a bit faster because like the inks will show better on camera, and then beautifully drawn. Like, can you see here the white, and then here he gets darker, like this chiaroscuro, like we have here like a yin and yang, beautifully made. I don't know if this is aware or unaware, but we have here white space, we have here full space, we have here white space, nothing going on, we have here a figure, we have here a towering figure and very small white space, and then here a beautiful shot like this triangle, beautifully made, and how the guy stands, not moving, this thing is moving, and again white and black, like yin and yang. And then the final shot, the money shot. But let's take a look at the inks. They will show a bit better on the camera. So let me see if I can adjust it a bit better. Yeah, like take a look at this. Like this is insane. Probably my printer didn't print it all the best, but yeah, let's take another shot. Like, look at this, just beautifully made. I love here like the shadows on the X, and again on the X here we have details, beautiful details, like how the X is shaped, how it is, like the wood. Like, give this guy a job, hire this guy. This is amazing. Like, he can definitely draw a comic. Like, if he can keep this up, like, give this guy a job. Here again the face, the werewolf, beautifully made, really menacing, really great shapes. Like, this is, I would call this definitely advanced. Like, this is not intermediate anymore, this is advanced. I have comics lying around here that are way worse and published and probably sold, and this guy would have sold more comics than any other shit artists who definitely tried like me but didn't reach it. And like, here is definitely potential. And then let's look at the final shot before we close this off, and look at this, beautifully made. I don't know how he got to this figure and to this shot, but definitely, like, as you can see, if you had boxes here, like if I would draw it, this would be a box and it looks in this way, and then you got the shoulders, and then here the spine, and here you got like the hips and the knee coming down here beautifully. Like, if I would box this out, but I won't draw over this, and as you can see beautifully the X. Again, I don't know, the printing probably didn't do a great job at this, but you get the idea. This guy was totally into it, and beautifully how this werewolf is twisting like his body into a different direction, like a lot of motion going on here, and yeah, just beautiful stuff. So let me put this down. He painted this with watercolor. In the next video I will show that at the beginning. I have to print it out. I kind of forgot, so sorry. That's a big bummer, but it's okay, because like we're let's say just looking at let's say the inkings right now, because I haven't colored mine. Maybe that would be interesting how this looks. And here we have a bit of color, but the rest is also, like, let's call it just in the rough or ink stage. And I will close now this this video. I hope you have taken with you a couple of the lessons. I would say pre-plan, make a good plan, lay out, don't obsess over it too much. At a certain point, start and have fun. Man, like, I love how he solved this. Like, I would say it's a bit better, like, as you can see, like, space, action or calmness, again calmness, and then beautifully made. I don't want to shit on mine too much, because still probably, I mean, if you like it, it's cool, but yeah, there's definitely a different kind of scale in this. In this, I like somehow the intensity. It's a bit closer, everything, but it's also a bit more cartoonish. And yeah, everybody has a different style. Put your heart and mind to it. And yeah, I guess this channel is now starting the real comic school.